Hello there, I am DanBearPig82 and today we're going to do a tutorial for a data pack and resource pack that I have made that adds custom totems to your world. But not like most other resource packs that add custom totems, you can actually have multiple at once. And I'm going to show you how to set it up so that the player that kills the evoker receives their own personalized totem when they kill that evoker. This is a data pack and resource pack combo that I've used on the 9 Lives SMP hosted by Lena Hun. And I've had several requests for instructions on how to set this up for other servers. So I'm going to use data provided by one of my friends for her community server to demonstrate how to set this up for yourself. As you can see here, I am holding both a Steve and an Alex totem as demonstration data. This is included in the template that I will provide a link to in the description, as well as the other tools that I use here. I also have one of myself as an example of a custom totem. Look at that little guy, mini-me. And this preserves the vanilla totem of Undying. The way that this will be set up is that if I am the one who kills the evoker, my totem will drop. If you are the one that kills the evoker, your totem will drop. And if no player kill is involved, if the evoker is killed by natural damage such as falling or fire damage, then you will have a chance of getting either the vanilla totem of Undying or one of the mods or admins from your server as you see fit. The way this works in practice is that we will need to add tags to the individual players. It is possible to do this with the player's unique ID, the UUID, but that makes it very difficult to test. If you know of a better way, or if you think of a better way while watching this, please let me know in the comments. I am always open to new ideas. So if we go here, I have this set to summon evokers. I currently have no tags, and the best way to set this up is to have the tag be exactly the same as the player name. That gives you the least amount of stuff that you need to remember. So if I go here and do /tag DanBearPig, add DanBearPig82, now I have my tag. Now, this one is not set up for my totem to be a player totem. I'm set up as an admin totem, so I'm actually going to remove this. And I'm going to add Steve. If I was the player Steve, this is the tag that I would have when you set this up on your server. But this is how you will test this. So I now have the tag Steve, and if I summon evokers, and I murder them to death, each time they will drop a Steve totem. Now if I change this tag to Alex, so tag DanBearPig remove Steve, tag DanBearPig add Alex, suddenly I'm picking up Alex totems. That Steve totem was already killed, so this is reliable every time. I will get an Alex totem. If I remove that tag and have no tag, then there will be no totem drop. So that is one thing that you have to watch out for, is that there has to be a tag for totems to be dropped by player kills. Now if I clear my inventory, and if we change this so that these are affected by fall damage and fall from a lethal height, testing this is fun. We now have a combination of vanilla totems and admin totems. And there's only one admin totem set up, and it's a 50-50 chance the way I've set it up, so that's why you see this distribution right here of totem of DanBearPig82 and totem of Undying. And of course, feel free to remove my name if you would like from the template. It is only there as an example, and add only your admins or mods or whatever other totems you would like to be random in its place. So from a technical standpoint, let's look at that. First, let's look at the resource pack. If you look in the template folder, you'll see, of course, the pack PNG, the pack.mcmeta, MC Meta, and this is compatible with Minecraft 1.21.4 up to today's release, 1.21.11. And I don't foresee in the near future a change that would break this, but if it does, I will update this tutorial. So this is set up for all of those versions. It is possible to set this up for previous versions, but the setup is different. If we go into the assets folder, first we need to look at the Minecraft folder, items, and this is the totem of undying.json. And this is where you will define each of the models. So the property is custom model data. That's what I'm using for this. There are other options. You can do things such as renaming the totem or have it be a different totem depending on what dimension you're in. I've seen a very cool data pack and resource pack for that. But I prefer this one with the custom model data that is set by the loot table because it makes a unique totem that each of your players is the only one that can receive. So that makes it a tradable item that no one else can obtain unless they get it from that player directly. So there are 3 that are defined here besides the vanilla one. So this is the fallback, is the vanilla totem of undying. But when the custom model data is Steve, then it will find this model in the custom totems folder that we will look at next, Steve. If the custom model data is Alex, and this is case sensitive, then it will find the Alex one. If the custom model data is DanBearPig82, then it will find the DanBearPig82 totem. And those totems are here in this custom totems folder. Let's go to models first, item, totems, and then each of these is going to be the same format. So let's look at the Steve one. And it is simply item generated custom totems Steve. So all you need to do to set up a new one is to copy this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is set one up for Livia herself as an admin totem and one for one of her players that she has provided the name of, B Fox. So let's do B Fox, and this has to be lowercase. So the easiest thing to get tripped up on is case sensitivity, which is applicable in some cases and not others. So here we have B Fox, and let's save as, and we just change this to B Fox. There we go. And then if we go to here, we need to add B Fox to this list. So I personally like to keep these separated by player and admin just to keep it straight when managing this, but it is not necessary. So let's copy this. And this is the part that is case sensitive, so B Fox. And this part is all lowercase, or it will break. B Fox. Okay, so B Fox is added. And now what we need to do is one for Livia, Liivya. I highly recommend following. There will be a link in the description. And let's do a save as Livia. And then here again, we will do a copy and a paste. Livia. And then again, lowercase here. And that is the models set up. Now we need to get the textures. To get a Totem of Undying texture out of a skin, there are many tools available online. I simply do skin to totem as my Google search. And the one that I prefer is this one here. And apologies, this is light mode. And from here, this does have a an unreliable interface, but I like the output more often than I do from other ones. And if you don't like the output, you can try a different tool. Occasionally, I have to go to a different tool. Occasionally, I have to make manual edits, but 98% of the time, this will work perfectly for you. So here, if I type Livia in the text box, and here's where the interface is a little bit odd. Typically, I have to do it twice. And there is her skin already set up as an excellent looking Totem of Undying. And you have options here. You can turn off the overlay if it's too noisy. In this case, the overlay just adds a little bit more color to it and it looks good. and then we click on download resource pack. So this makes a custom resource pack by itself. If we open that up, what you need to do here is open Assets, Minecraft, Textures, Item, and it will give you this Totem of Undying. This is set up to simply replace the Totem of Undying outright. And these are very common and very popular resource packs. But if you have just this, then everybody's Totem of Undying will look like this. So instead, what you need to do is copy this, go back to this resource pack folder, and go back up to Textures, Item, Totems. And here we have the Alex, the Steve, and the DanBearPig82. And if we paste this here, and this has to be lowercase, Livia. Now we need to do the same for bfox. And yes, you do have to do this twice. And there is presumably bfox's skin. bfox is not a person that I know, so we will just test this. And if you need to update this based on player feedback or players changing their skin, it is very easy to do so. You simply replace this file in the resource pack. So download the resource pack, Assets, Minecraft, Textures, Item, Totem of Undying, into Totems, paste, and then again, lowercase, bfox. And that is the texture pack set up completely. Now we need to set up the data pack. So here, this is the same format, custom totem data pack template. And I like to include a README text that has a reference of the players that you need to keep track of. So here it will say the currently included ones. So I've got Steve, Alex, DanBearPig82 included as an example admin. I'm not going to add these new ones here because this is just for demonstration purposes. But then most importantly, we need to go into Data, Minecraft, Loot Table, Entities, evoker.json. So here at the top, we have a reference to another loot table we will look at, that is the admin totems. And then below that, we have the player kill totems, currently just Steve and Alex. And then we have the rest of the vanilla loot table, which is the emeralds. And then we have something we'll look at again later. I've included a reference to another popular data pack that changes these loot tables, which is the VanillaTweaks More Mob Heads data pack. And this one, there is one extra step if you decide to use this, but it is a popular enough data pack that I have built in some compatibility, and I will show you that step at the end. So next, what we need to do is copy just this entry here, paste it, and then we need to just update this. So the player that we want to add is bfox, so bfox, and this is the part that is case sensitive because that's what you're going to set up as a tag. And then you want to change the name of the totem, totem of bfox. And then what you need is to specify the tag. So this is only going to drop if the player that kills the evoker has the tag. So once again, bfox. And then I will save that. And now we're going to add Livia to the admin totems. So if I go back up here, under Custom Totems, Loot Table, Admin Totems, and here we have DanBearPig82, and we also have the vanilla totem. And you can change the weights of these if you want. These are currently 50-50. I typically like to have the vanilla one more common and the admin ones a little bit less common so that they are more collectible. But we are just going to simply add... Oh, we don't need to have tags for this because these are just random, so that makes this significantly easier. So we need to take this entire entry, copy it, paste it, and we need to change the custom model data to Livia, and we need to change the name also to Totem of Livia. And you can mess with the colors as well. I currently have the admin totems as gold and the player ones as purple. Those are colors that we chose for 9 Lives SMP. If your server has different colors or you just prefer different colors, do whatever you want there. All right, so now we save this. And now let's give it a test. So I have saved these in the same folder for this test world, so I just need to do reload. Let's summon these with no AI and not way up in the air. And let's test the ones that I already have. So I should get an Alex totem. Actually, I should not get one at all because I don't have a tag. So tag, Danbury Pig, remove, yep, no tag. You guys are loud. That's better. All right, tag, Danbury Pig, add Alex. Make sure that nothing is broken. We got an Alex totem. Remove. If I don't remove this, then since this starts with an A, it applies these in alphabetical order in the loot table. You will only ever get the Alex one unless you have something earlier in the alphabetical order. So remove that. Everyone should have one tag. Tag, Danbury Pig, add Steve. I got a Steve totem. And now, B Fox. Case sensitive. And the reason I did not get the texture is that I need to also reload the resource pack. So F3 and T to do that. And there it is, Totem of B Fox. And now, let's kill all these guys. Murder them all to death. Now we've got all of this guy in the Speedo. And here we go. We'll do once again, make them have an AI so that they are affected by gravity. Put them 40 blocks in the air. Probably don't need to have them fall that far, but here we go. This is my favorite part, honestly. And look at this. Now we have 3 different variants. We have my beautiful Danbury Pig 82 skin. We have Livia, and we have the Vanilla Totem. And just like that, it is completely set up. The main thing to remember after that is the tags, and that is why I recommend keeping them written down in a README file, which is included in the resource pack, and you can modify as you would like. For clarification, I am applying the tags to myself because we are doing testing. When you're setting this up on your actual server, if I was Livia, for example, or I think BFox might actually be an admin there, I don't know. So what they would do is tag BFox, add BFox. And no entity was found because BFox is not here in my single player world. But this means that if BFox was here, whenever they killed an evoker, their totem would be the one that dropped. But no one else would be able to get their totem except them, which makes it a very unique personal item, perfect for an SMP for a collectible and tradable item. There is one more thing to keep in mind if you are using other data packs, and that is compatibility. As I'd mentioned, I have built in some accommodations for the very popular More Mob Heads data pack from VanillaTweaks. The only thing that needs to happen here, so that this does not interfere with the custom totems, is to go into here, Data, Minecraft, Loot Table, Entities, and if we check this evoker.json file, we will see that they have changed this so that it goes to their vanilla folder, which has the actual vanilla loot table for the evoker, and it also references their More Mob Heads entities evoker. I've put this entry here into the totems loot table so that you no longer need this. So if you simply delete this file, it will no longer interfere. And let's test that just to prove it. I still have the BFox tag, so let's summon our evokers. And there I've killed one. I get the BFox. And I kill a few more, and look at this. I also got the evoker head. So complete compatibility with the More Mob Heads data pack as long as you remove their loot table for evokers. And that's it. And there are all sorts of other ways that you can customize this. You can add different mob textures. You can add different just silly textures, whatever you'd like to do. I'm sure you can come up with some cool ideas. If you got ideas and are not sure how to implement them, make sure to comment. I am always open to more ideas, and we can see what we can figure out. But thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions or comments or concerns. I am open to any feedback that you have. So yeah,